Let's talk about that administrative appeals process. So yes, you don't agree. No one agrees. The agent doesn't agree. You don't agree with the agent. This is what we're going to see. Here are just some different points, some different steps, but things to know about this whole process. It's designed to provide taxpayers with an opportunity to dispute audit findings and reach an agreement with the IRS without going to court. We will obviously talk about what happens if there's no agreement reached here and you do have to go to court. So we'll see what happens there. But first, hopefully you don't have to go to court. First, there's the appeals conference. If a taxpayer disagrees with the results of an audit, the IRS will issue the taxpayer a 30-day letter, also known as a preliminary notice, which notifies the taxpayer of their right to an appeal. Then the taxpayer can request an appeals conference within 30 days of receiving the notice of the findings. The conference, it's usually an informal meeting between the taxpayer and an appeals officer. So you're going to be talking to someone different rather than that IRS agent. Now you're talking to an appeals officer. The Office of Appeals, the appeals conference is conducted by the IRS Office of Appeals, which is an independent organization within the IRS that aims to resolve tax disputes fairly and impartially. Just be familiar with that overall. The goal of the appeals process, the objective here is to reach an agreement between the IRS and the taxpayer without resorting to litigation. And why is that? Well, it's just time-consuming and expensive for both parties. Taking up a lot of time, paying for lawyers, doing all that. So if we can resolve it before that, it would be very nice. Both parties present their arguments and supporting evidence during the appeals conference. What if we reach an agreement? Well, if an agreement is reached during the appeals conference, the taxpayer will sign that form we saw before. And again, don't really worry about memorizing that, which waives their right to petition the courts and confirms the resolution of disputed issues. It's just saying we accept, we agree with what happened, and we'll move on. If no agreement is reached, if the appeals conference does not result in an agreement, the IRS will issue a 90-day letter, also known as a notice of deficiency. Now, this 90-day letter, this is going to inform the taxpayer that they have 90 days to either pay the proposed deficiency or file a petition with the U.S. tax court to contest the audit findings. We will see there will be different courts, a few different courts. We've got sims and questions asking on the differences between the courts, so you got to know that. Not the most important thing for the exam, but definitely something to know. If the taxpayer does not take any action within this period, you definitely should take some action here. The IRS will assess the deficiency and begin collection efforts. Bang down your door, that would be illegal, but yeah, they will kind of get into that process. So yeah, in that 90 days, you should take some action. Keep moving along and making sure you know this.
Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.